Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's live stream, getting things going here. Um, First off, I want to apologize. Like today, I'm just like feeling a bit under the weather, so bear with me for that. See a lot of people joining in already. We've got a great topic today, talking about uh, crypto, talking about how I personally have achieved so far in 2021 a 300% gain, and how you guys could go about doing the same. There's a few things that we're going to cover in this live stream. One, like just how to get started. Two, actually, flip flop two with one, right? Like first, I want to verify the returns with you, and I'll show you how you could go and see the progress and see exactly um, where it's at. Then how to get involved. Then talk about the risk, position sizing, mindset, and general themes that will help you to have similar results yourself. Before we get into that, though, first off, again, as always, thank you so much for joining us live. I truly appreciate it. Take a moment, make sure that you like and subscribe and share this live stream out on your social media platform so that way other people can see it as well. And if you do like it, then that helps the algorithm boost it higher in the rankings. Um, and drop a comment. Let me know where you are watching from. We stream this to Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and now to Share Vision. So let me know if you're where you're watching it, especially if you're watching it over on Share Vision. Trying to get that going right now as well. Uh, yes. So let's jump right into things. Um, First off, the verification, right? So, is this guy for real? Is he just pulling our chains? Well, the place where you want to go to verify returns, StockTwits just put this together. So here, let me share my screen with you. And this is StockTwits, stocktwits.com/portfolio. In fact, let me copy this and I will add it to the comments right in here. And you could go there and click on that link and verify it for yourself. But it's right here. So year to date performance, and this is my crypto portfolio. I have Robinhood linked up with it. We'll talk about Robinhood in a moment, but this is my performance for the year, right? And so you can see what I'm holding right now as well. I've got Bitcoin, I've got some Doge, and I have Ethereum. Each of them are taking it on the chin a little bit today, and so we'll talk about that too, right? Because crypto tends to be kind of volatile, and you need to go into it with that type of mindset if you want to have these kind of returns. Um, yeah, just in the past 3 months, right? Past 3 months, and this is, the entire account up about 34%, in the past month, up 35% in just a month, over the past week, down 7%, and just today, and that this is for the entire portfolio too. The entire portfolio down 3%. So imagine you're looking at your P&L, right? And you're checking your account regularly, and you're flipping through this, and it's just like, oh my god, like uh hooray, like I'm up like 10, 20, 30% in a month. Oh my god, I'm losing 3% in a day, 7% in a week. It can drive you nuts if you have that kind of like if you're checking it that regularly, that constantly, and you're also entering it without much of a plan. So it's for those reasons that I really wanted to come on here and talk to you guys about uh, one, getting started with crypto, right? Like because the opportunity is there, and it's been It's been fantastic. It's made my year, obviously, as far as trading goes, but not just this year, but last year too. In fact, last year's results were similar to this. So part of the question becomes, well, how? How do you get started, right? So the first thing to get started, and I'll talk about Robinhood too. In fact, I will post a link into the chat too for anybody that's interested in uh, checking out Robinhood. There's the link for it, go check them out, open up an account. The reason why I chose Robinhood as the first place where I would be trading crypto, and it just happened to be the first spot available in New York at the time, and it was free. To trade crypto, whereas some of the other platforms, there's broker fees, and you don't really get that much extra for the extra fees associated with it. So because I was looking to just trade crypto, I wasn't looking at it to store offline or as a separate store value or anything like that. I was very happy using Robinhood to trade crypto. And now, some of the questions that might come up with Robinhood and the platform, especially like if you've used it, are some of the ways that orders can get filled, right? And so that plays into the mindset component of how you're going to trade, how you're going to manage your risk, and factoring in things like some slippage in price for your trading. Now, with crypto, right? Like crypto is very volatile. In fact, why don't I bring over uh, some charts here and we can take a look at some of these together. Right, so here's a chart of Bitcoin, right? And something that's worth pointing out too, like if you had no idea that this is Bitcoin, or you didn't see the prices on the side over here, or anything else. In fact, well, let me take off the annotations too. It it could be anything, right? Like it's just price action, it's just price and volume. So the same types of uh, trade management can apply. It's just understanding what it is that you're getting yourself into here. So some of the differences with crypto, right? Some of the differences with crypto. Well, what do you think some of the differences are between trading crypto and trading, let's say, stocks? What would you say are some of the differences? Okay, well, the first one that comes to mind is that crypto is a 24-hour market, right? Whereas in stocks, you're dealing with a 7.5 hour market, where if you're trading New York time, it's open between 9:30 a.m. and 4 o'clock p.m. So there's that. And being that it's in this 24-hour market cycle, you need to think about when things are going to break out, when things are going to break down, and how you're going to enter and exit, right? Because that you are dealing with some slippage in here, right? So just because, let's say you're looking at this chart here of Bitcoin, and let's say you wanted to enter when it broke out to fresh all-time highs, right? So let me get rid of these Fibonacci retracements over here. Let's just say you wanted to get in when it broke out to all-time highs. You were seeing this, or maybe you're seeing this pattern here, right? Maybe you're seeing this as one giant cup and handle, and maybe you're looking to get in on this descending trend line, right? So you'd be getting in somewhere around 63,000. Maybe that's your idea. Well, um, it could. cross that level in the middle of the night. Maybe you're not up at that time. So part of the way that I'm dealing with that is to try to think about um, the patterns as they are developing. So it's a little bit more anticipatory versus reactionary, like I would be trading stocks. Um, for example, well, when I'm trading stocks, the way that I'll trade a stock would be to set a stop limit order, like right at that level, and then as price crosses above it, then I'm in any time of day. Crypto doesn't quite work that way, so I'm more anticipatory and also more thematic. Here's what I mean. So I'm bullish on crypto. I'm bullish on the idea of crypto. I think that it's changing the way uh, that we uh, look at money. So for that reason, I'm leaning more bullish than I am bearish, and so it's for those reasons that I'm starting to consider, like, okay, where am I going to start to enter a trade, or how might this pattern morph? How might this pattern evolve? Not sure if you could see it on the screen, but down here, that's where I started my latest position in Bitcoin. I traded it a few times back here. In fact, why don't I bring over my playbook? You oops, may have seen this playbook in other live streams before that I've done, where talking about um, how I journal and the things that I'm sharing with members. But I keep everything in here, and this is uh, some of my transactions for Bitcoin for this year. This year and starting in December back here, but exited in February. So all these are trades that were exited this year. So um, you see that I traded Bitcoin a couple of times. So Bitcoin was in first in December 15th, 2020. So let's take a look at that chart. So December 15th, right? So that's right there. Right? So let's zoom in a bit more on that. So December 15th. So basically getting in, and you could see too, like how it had that run up, it consolidated, and so I'm getting in. I had an alert set right there, and part of the anticipation too is that like it didn't quite break out yet, but because crypto is so volatile and can move so rapidly, um, it can affect the amount that you'd have at risk. It can affect your position sizing and the amount that you might stand to lose. So, uh, being thematic in trading crypto can help you quite a bit. So, because I was bullish, because this was in an uptrend and I saw it tightening up and starting to get ready over here, that's why I bought on the 15th rather than waiting for the breakout over here on the 16th. So I bought that and I held it. Well, how long did I hold it? I held it until February 23rd. So let's take a look at where is February 23rd. So I held it through all that mess, right? So let's drag this up here, right? So I was at 115%. I saw that 115% drop to 46%. And you might look at that and say that's challenging to hold through, and you might not like giving up that amount of profits. And for my swing trading, yeah, I wouldn't like for a short-term swing trader, I wouldn't enjoy sitting through that. So how do you do it? Right? Maybe that's a question that you have. Go ahead. As we're talking here, as we're chatting, type in your questions because that's it, it- it's going to take a little while for the questions to come through, and I want to make sure that all of your questions get answered. So if you have questions, just go ahead, type them right into the chat. But um, as price is running up and you're seeing that, oh man, like I don't want to give back uh 30%, right? So I'm sitting through a 30% correction in Bitcoin from where I got in to that high down back here to the 50. The reason why I'm sitting through that is because I'm trading thematically. I'm bullish on crypto. I'm bullish on crypto in general, bullish on Bitcoin. And since we were in this strong of a move, and it had not tested the 50-day moving average yet, my thinking is it needs to be able to test the 50-day moving average at some point, and it's catching up. It's catching up rapidly. And am I comfortable sitting through this? Right? Like, I'd be lying to you if I told you that it was very comfortable, and I'm that some of those thoughts that can go through your mind of just like, uh-oh, like maybe I should have sold out over here, right? Like and things like that. Is this actually going to work out? Is this actually going to play into my in my favor, or am I going to feel like a jackass having given up uh, that much profit? But it's part of it too is the rationale for it being crypto is that if I were to exit on a sharp drop like this, it could also rally right back. And it's for those types of reasons, it's very difficult to get in, right? So um, I like to enter when price is beginning to set up, when it is consolidating, when it's moving tightly, and then try to get out when things are unraveling. So I'm sitting through all this, and I finally exit on what was it, February 22nd? No, February 23rd. February 23rd. So I'm exiting, not like 2 days after the top, right? So I'm exiting on this day right here. So that, and I exited at 48,270. So 48,000, yeah, like somewhere around here, somewhere like right around the 21-day moving average at that point. And so made a 140 something percent on that, had an add or two in there, and ended up uh, missing the rest of this move. But during that time, that's when I had switched gears into Ethereum, lost on Ethereum there, ended up gaining on it another time, re-entering Bitcoin on March 1st, right? So where's March 1st? March 1st is right over here, right? As it's testing and then beginning to rebound, right? So kind of like getting back in close to where I had exited over here, right? And so then after that, exiting on April 23rd. April 23rd. Where's April 23rd? So like right around here. So it's getting a bit choppy and consolidating and wanting to switch to at that point into Litecoin. And Litecoin had a pretty quick move here as well. So April 26th to May 12th. So let's take a look at Litecoin. Where's Litecoin in here? There's Litecoin. So April 26th. Right? Oh no, that wasn't it. It was yeah, entering April 26th to May 12th. So April 26th, as it was rebounding off the 50. Do you guys see a theme here? Do you see a theme on how I'm entering? Like, so I'm entering right around major support levels, like where it again, it's playing that theme, like being bullish on crypto, being a bit longer term. So when these dips are coming, uh, trying to get in, not buying the exact dip, but starting to see it consolidate and showing signs of life, and also being ready to cut if price falls and needing to get out in a hurry. So for this, let's see, what did I do with Litecoin? May 12th. May 12th was when I exited. So May 12th was on this day right here. And I exited just as it was breaking below this. I was actually in Disney when this started to happen. And part of my intent at the time, I flew out. We're at Disney, and I was thinking like, oh man, going to continue to hold. And then it's just like, yeah, you know what? Like this action is wonky. I don't want to give all this back. Ended up selling. And this is part of where too, like trusting your gut can be a good thing. End up selling and avoiding uh, this subsequent mess. And that wasn't even the biggest gain either. Biggest gain came in Doge. When it first started to, Elon was talking about it back here, right? So February 23rd was when I got into that. So February 23rd, back here, right? So let's put that marker in February 23rd. And that I rode all the way to May 12th, thinking that, yeah, it's going to hit $1. It's going to like keep on rocking. So May 12th it was, right? Yeah. May 12th exited at 43 cents. So some pretty gnarly moves there. Ended up netting about 700% on that. But yeah, on that, like I was up at one point 1,200% and gave back a lot. Gave back 42% on that. Um, it's part of the major volatility that crypto can have. So one of the questions in dealing with crypto and in trading crypto is around risk, right? Like it's volatile. We've spoke a lot about thematics. We spoke a little bit about mindset too, and the type of mindset needed to go in and trade this kind of stuff is that you need to have an understanding that yes, this is normal. Right, like as crazy as this price action is, that's kind of what you're getting into. So yes, you can have massive gains. Should you be trading with your entire stake, right? Like, so should you take everything that you have saved up in stocks and move it over to crypto and kind of cowboy it up, like my friend Jim Ropel says? Well, um, if you're willing to go to zero, um, maybe, but what would be much better would be developing good habits, right? So, taking the amount that you would be willing to see go to zero and trading with that, or taking an amount where you yeah, well, like the where you're comfortable with this level of volatility, where yes, price can run up 1,000% in a couple of months, but it can also drop. Like, let's measure this again. So from here, like it Doge dropped 50% in 5 days, right? Like that's kind of insane. And the other coins too, right? Like so, let's see, like how far did Bitcoin drop? Um, and like while I was holding it back here, right? It consolidated 30%. It did that in 2 weeks. Over here, it dropped 27% in less than 2 weeks. And now I'm back in it again, and uh, so far it's up about 50%, from where I bought it. Got in right over here at about, yeah, about 40, and now it's, trading at about 60. Question from Scott. What is your take on SHIB USD? I have been trend following it on the hourly chart with a relatively small position. Let's take a look at uh, SHIB USD. Oh, it looks like a fantastic chart. Right? I mean, so the huge volume blasting off here. Um, yeah, it looks like it's under heavy duty accumulation. I'm curious where you got in. And to also keep in mind too, like let's say like the breakout level was really down here, right? Like that's where it crypto and everything else like it all follows this basic stage analysis that was given to us first from Stan Weinstein, where you have stocks or really anything that trades. You have a stage one, right? Like where you're moving sideways. Then you're in stage two, the accumulation phase. Then stage three is distribution, and then stage four is a new downtrend. Or stage three is really consolidation, and then stage four is a downtrend. But from stage three, where you're consolidating, it could go this way or it could resume its uptrend. So over here, it was in stage one, then pole vaulted stage two, then consolidated, then pole vaulted again. So from this point, it's up about 650%. From over here, you're up about 130%. And so part of what uh, so if it's me trading this, part of what I'm thinking about is well, uh, what's my objective here? Well, what's the goal? Well, what's the mindset on this trade? Like, did I enter this uh, to be in a swing trade? Am I playing a much larger theme? How does it stack up against some of my other trades too? Um, in crypto and in general as well. Like if I am up, like say this is a 50 bagger, right? Like how many 50 baggers do I generally have? that might encourage me to take something off the table. Maybe take a little bit, or at this point, you might be able to take off your initial investment, and then you're playing with the house's money. Um, Part of what I'm hoping with my current crypto positions, like I've got Bitcoin, like we spoke about earlier. I have a position in Ethereum. Ethereum was started. Also, here's a good example, right? So I marked up Ethereum over here because I saw that it was forming this double bottom, and gave this uh, to members recently, back here, on beginning of October. Saw that, but also mentioned in the room, in the Discord room, that I was entering down here, right? So this is where Ethereum had broken out. It ran, it was a leader, and then it started to pull back hard. And again, going back to that thematic trading, that being bullish on the idea and seeing that, there's a major support level right around here. There's another potential a major support level right over here, and you have the 200-day moving average sandwiched in between them. So when I saw it like dropping hard right over here, my mindset is this is like that the sell-off is likely overdone, and chances are that it will bounce, right? And so entering over here and having a stop a bit below, or planning to sell, right? Like I don't really have like hard stops in crypto. It's more of a general idea of where I'm going to sell, and then following that and factoring that into the position sizing too. Um, I would sell a little bit below the 200-day when I entered on that day. And that's where, like, I would do that in the realm of crypto because I'm bullish on the theme versus doing it in other asset classes like stocks. Um, let's see. There's a couple of other questions that came in from Scott. Let's see here. So Scott says, in Coinbase with a small position like $985, and almost doubled. However, commissions will eat away into that gain, so hesitant to sell. Well, grab some water. If you're up huge, right? Like a gain can quickly evaporate. And like I think that that's something to keep in mind too. Yes, and yeah, I saw that you were using Coinbase. Um, but yeah, like a I transaction fees and taxes and things like that, they tend not to be a factor in my trading. The reason why is because like the gains can be given back so quickly. And like I don't want that to be entering into my decision making. The thing that's driving the decisions of should I buy, should I sell, it's based really on the price action, based on and it's based on my own history and performance. So rather than thinking of like, oh, there's going to be fees if I sell, um, look at what I would do, or what I would encourage you to do is to look at the chart and then ask yourself, well, is this a sell based on your rules, based on your system? Right, from here, right? So, well, what is that? That's October 23rd, right? So in 4 days, prices rallied 150%. Is that a sell rule, right? Do you have a rule that says take something off the table? That's what I would be looking at for considering, should I sell or should I hold? Um, looking less at the transaction fees associated with it. Um, Also, too, like understanding that, yeah, like if trading with a small account, the transaction fees really can eat into your profits. So, are you capitalized well enough where that's not an issue? Um, for oftentimes, being undercapitalized is an issue, and when you are thinking about, well, I don't wanna sell because the transaction fees are too high, then I think that that's a sign that you might be undercapitalized. Um, Similarly, with taxes, right? Like, not wanting to pay the tax man, like, nobody really likes to pay, the tax man, but, uh, would y isn't it better to have to pay taxes because you've had, huge gains versus, um, having to pay little taxes because you gave those gains up? In the end, it's better to have decisions that are driven by your system, driven by the price action. Uh, let's see here. What else do we've got? We spoke about risk. We spoke about position sizing. Um, Spoke about mindset and themes. Think that is about it. Do we have any other questions uh, for the day? Again, everything that we spoke about today is what led to this here. And I'll share this link again in the chat. This is my StockTwits account. I've hooked up my portfolio, right? So if you click that button, you'll always be able to get to my portfolio. Um, and it's tracking my performance in real time. So right now on the year, this particular account is up 350%. And we reviewed the current stocks, or not the current stocks, but the current coins that I'm in, the entries and the exits, the themes, and uh, feel free to follow along. Feel free to join the elite program. That's where I'm talking about all this stuff, and we're reviewing. And even today, we have an Ask Us Anything session where all the microphones are open, and it's a small, intimate group, and we are game planning, asking, answering a lot of questions, and it's a great time. And we do that weekly. Here's one more from Scott. I'm going to be honest. I just threw $1,000 at it to see how far it would go. It's all right, man. We all start somewhere. Um, but yeah, it quickly doubled. Did not really have a plan. Just been watching it. So it doubled. That's fantastic. Great. Take it. Take that money. Right. Like, don't give it back to the market. Yeah. Like, if you find yourself starting to think that, oh wow, like that, this is great. I have plenty of money in here. I wasn't expecting it. Then listen to that voice, take the money, put it in your pocket, and then approach your next idea and start to think about, like, okay, like, how am I going to approach this with a little bit of a better plan? If you don't sell everything, take some kind of profit. Take the money that, right, like, so your account doubled. Great. You could take out your initial investment and then let the rest ride. um if it's me, I'm taking something, right? If I'm not taking everything, I'm definitely taking something. All right, and that is it. Want to say thank you all so much for being here today. Thank you all so much for watching, and be sure to join us tomorrow. Tomorrow we are talking about developing sit with power. You may have heard of sit out power. We're talking about sit with power tomorrow. Again, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you next time. Hey, thanks so much for sticking around to the end. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button down below and become a part of the Mara Wealth community. And make sure that you check out some of the other videos on the channel. They're exactly what you need to see. And leave a comment down below. I read all of them. Leave a comment.